terms that have the same variable. And if they don't have a variable, then they're just constants, right? Just plain old numbers. After we collect the like terms, we're going to add or subtract, and then we're going to multiply or divide. So let's take a look at some like terms. Okay, what I'd like for you to do is collect the like terms real quick. Then I'm going to ask somebody for the answer.
Can't see.
You can't see? Is something in the way?
Oh, there you go. 5x plus 3x plus 3.
There.
Okay. Jesus, what do you think?
I'm gonna write it down. Give me a minute.
Okay. Ruben, do you have an answer?
Not yet.
Not yet? Okay. Destiny, can you tell me which ones are the like terms?
5x and 3x.
Okay. Perfect. Yetlian, can you tell me why she chose those as like terms?
Because they're the same, like 5x and the 3x have an x with each other, and then the 3x by itself. So you add
Perfect.
the 5x and the 3x, right?
Right. So we're just going to add the numbers, right? And you guys got what?
8x plus 3. 8x plus
8x
3.
plus 3. Good. I hear you, Ruben. That's perfect. So 8x plus 3. So that's going to be our first step today, is combining the things that are alike. And then we're going to move on to solve the equation from there. So let's take a look at our first equation. It says negative 6b plus 5b equals 6. And our goal is to isolate the variable, right? The letter b. So our first step is to see if you can collect any like terms. So see if you can collect any like terms.
Sorry.
What?
Jesus, which are the like terms here?
Isn't it plus and negative?
So the like terms are, here we've got 3 terms. We've got negative 6b, that's one term.
Yeah.
Then we've got positive 5b, that's another term. And then we've got a 6, that's our third term. Pick the 2 that are alike and then tell me why. Is it the first, second, the second and the third, or the first and the third? Which ones do you think are alike?
The first and the second.
Okay, perfect. Why?
Because for me, you something that you said, I heard you, but I think so. I'm not sure, but you said something like something's like something. So I was like, you know what? I'll just give it a try, 1 or 2.
Okay, so these 2 are alike because they have the same what?
The same I don't know.
Variable. The same letter.
Variable.
They have the same letter. Okay, so what we're going to do, since they have the same letter, that means we can put them together. It's kind of like 1 apple and 2 apples. We can combine them to make 3 apples. But if we have an apple and a banana, we can't say we have 2 banapples, right? That doesn't make sense. Okay, so we're going to combine the numbers. Negative 6 and positive 5. You can use your calculator on this part if you have your cell phone or whatever else. A negative 6 and a positive 5, we combine those, we get a negative 1. So negative 1b, that was here. We collected like terms. And then we haven't touched this equals 6 yet. Okay, so we've done this part. We've collected like terms. Now, is there anything to add or subtract? This says negative
Mm.
1 times b equals 6.
Mhm.
So there's nothing to add or subtract because I never said minus or plus, right? So we don't have to do
Correct.
this step. Okay, so we're down to the last step, multiply or divide. I said multiply, so we have to undo multiply by doing what?
Dividing.
Division.
Divide. And we're going to divide it by this number in front of the b, because remember, we're trying to isolate it, get it by itself. So I'm going to divide this side by a negative 1. And remember, what we do to one side, we do to the other. So I'm going to divide this one by negative 1 also. Okay, so negative 1 times or divided by negative 1 is 1. So this is a b. Am I off the? Let's see, we've got a b here. Equals 6 divided by negative 1 is negative 6.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, do you guys have any questions?
No.
Okay. No.
No. Okay. So let's do another one.
Okay.
Oops. I'm going to let you do this one and let me see where you get stuck. Remember to follow the steps, collect like terms, add or subtract, multiply or divide. And that says 4r plus 6r equals nothing.
Aren't you? No.
7, 8, 9, 10.
Does anybody have an answer yet?
Is it like r equals to 0? Well, that's what I got.
I got 0.
Okay. You got 0 also? Good.
Yes.
Jesus? Ruben?
What was that, Miss Jones?
Did you get an answer here?
No. Let me do it right now.
Okay, the girls said they got 0. So what we're going to do is, are there any terms to collect?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. The 6 and the 4, right? Because they
Yes.
both have an R. So 6 plus 4 is 10R. Equals nothing. So then what was our next step? Do we need to add or subtract anything?
No.
No, we're going to multiply or divide, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
What are we going to do to both sides?
You're going to divide it by 10?
Good. So 10 divided by 10 is 1. That was our goal, to get the R all by itself, R equals.
Mm-hmm.
And then 0 divided by 10
0.
is 0. Yep, you guys got it right.
All right.
Okay, try a couple more. This shouldn't be too hard, so hopefully you guys can do the 10 problems with no problem.
Negative.
So it says negative 5 minus k minus 5 equals negative 13.
Oh, I don't.
Does that say plus 13?
It equals negative 13, yes.
Okay.
So go ahead and follow these steps. Collect like terms, add or subtract, multiply or divide. And I'll tell you that you have to do all 3 of these on this one.
I don't know if
Okay,
it's
are you guys ready?
I don't know how to do this one, Miss.
Okay, that's why I'm here.
I got negative 23.
I got
Negative
24
23?
though. I got negative
Okay.
24. But I don't
Okay,
know.
let's go through the process. Let's collect like terms. So I'm going to separate the terms for you guys. Let's use a different color here. Here's one term. Here's the next term. The next term. And then the last one on the other side over here.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so when we collect like terms, they have to be on the same side of the equal sign. So we're not going to look at term 4 right now. Okay, so we're just going to look at these two guys right here. A -5 and a -5 are like terms because they what?
-5?
Yeah, they don't have any variables, right?
Uh-huh.
So we know that we
Correct.
can combine a -5 and a -5. What's -5 combined with -5?
-10.
-10.
-10, perfect. So -5 and -5 is -10. I combined those two. Was there anything to combine with this K?
No.
No.
No, so let's just bring that down. And then there was, we're not dealing with this one yet, -13.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, now, can we add or subtract anything?
Yeah.
Here's our two terms over here. This is -10 minus K. This one was not easy, so I understand if you guys didn't get this one. Remember, these are terms that we can switch around and the sign in front of it goes with it. So this is also saying -K minus 10. This is actually a subtraction problem, right? So what are we going to do to both sides?
Add.
Add or subtract? Add. What are we adding?
-10.
-10.
We're actually adding 10.
We're
Yeah,
adding.
we're adding.
Yes. This says -10, we're going to plus 10.
And
Because
you're
you
gonna.
subtracted 10.
So then you get -3.
Uh-huh. So this is nothing, right? That's what we're trying to do is move it. There's nothing there. And then you get -3 over here. And we're still not done with this -K.
Okay.
Okay, so what do we do next?
You turned the K to a 1, a -1.
Okay, good. So Sue says he knows this is 1 here, -1.
So then you divide, no?
Yes. Divide both
Okay.
sides by
1.
what kind of 1?
-1.
-1. Perfect. So -1 divided by -1 is 1. So we've reached our goal. We've isolated the K. K is -3 divided by -1. A negative divided by a negative is a
Positive.
positive, and 3 by 1 is 3.
Okay.
Okay?
Mm-hmm.
Good. Okay, let's try another one. That says 5 plus 2x minus 5 equals 10.
5 plus 2x. Okay.
Okay, so let's see if you can go through the steps. Select your like terms, add or subtract, and multiply or divide.
Can you combine them even though they're like a positive and a negative?
Yes.
Okay.
So,
Remember, the definition of like term says if it has the same variable, it's a like term. And that's it. It has nothing to do with the sign.
Okay.
And even though, so these are like terms because they have no variable.
Okay, there.
Okay. What'd you get?
5.
Yeah.
Like x is equal to 5. Yeah.
Okay, if you didn't get 5, that's okay. Let's figure out what happened. Let's, I'm looking on this side over here to look for my like terms, because we're not going to mess with this side yet. So over here, we've got a 5, a 2x, and a negative 5. And the two that are alike are the 5 and the negative 5. 5 plus negative 5 is what?
Huh?
5 plus negative 5 is nothing,
0.
right? 0. Those cancel each other out. So we just have this second term, 2x equals 10. And then so we're looking here to see what the operation is. And this is a multiplication. So we're going to divide both sides by 2. And x is
5.
5. Do you guys have any questions?
No.
No, man.
Okay. All right. And then I'll start you guys off with the assignments and see if you guys have any questions. Let's do one more. 3x minus 4 plus 6x equals negative 13.
No se mira.
Jones, talk so that your screen comes up.
What's that?
Talk. There we go. That's because when you quit talking and somebody else talks, then we can't see the whiteboard.
Oh, gotcha.
What-
Okay, so then
Okay, look-
their screen is bigger. Okay. That's it. What's
Sir,
your
what you
question?
should do, sir, what you should do is if you see Miss Jones' name, you tap on that and you click a little pin and you click on the pin, and that's what the only screen you will see if you click on that pin. You will just see Miss Jones, then other classes will other people will be when they're talking.
Thank you for the tip. That's
You're welcome.
somebody's screen. Okay. Does anybody have any questions? Maybe you didn't get the answer, but you're stuck somewhere.
Got 1.
You got
Give me a
one?
minute. Let me do it.
Okay. Did you just start, Jesus?
Yes,
We're
I
all
was just
waiting
talking
for
to my
you.
mom.
Okay.
Okay.
Somebody said they got one. Close. Check your signs.
Negative 1.
Uh-huh.
I was close.
Yes, very close. All right, so I'm going to combine these two because they're alike, right? They both have the x's. So 3 and 6 is 9. 9x. And then we didn't do anything with the second term, so I'm just going to bring it down. Yep. Sorry. And then I'm going to bring down this negative 13. So we did the combining like terms. What's that?
No, sorry. No, never mind.
Okay. So we did collect like terms. Now we're going to add or subtract. What are we adding or subtracting from both sides? Looking right here.
You add?
Add 4, right? Add 4 here, add 4 here. And these cancel each other out, which is what we're trying to do. And then let's bring down this 9x. We haven't done anything with that yet. Negative 13 plus 4 is negative 9. And then now our last step is to multiply or divide. This is multiplication, so we're going to do the opposite and divide. And negative 9 divided by positive 9 is negative 1.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, good deal. So what I want for you to do is start on the assignment. Actually, here's what you can do. If you are done, if you don't need my help, you're welcome to log out. But if you want to start on the assignment and ask me questions as you go along, I'll be here for a few more minutes.
Okay.
Okay? Okay, you're leaving yet, Leanne?
Yeah.
Okay.
Bye, Lilian.
All right, bye.
Bye. Okay. Miss Jones, very quick question.
Yes, sir.
Okay, on okay, so you know how you told me about the one and two at the beginning, you know? Okay, what happened like if you have like a negative plus a positive, like you add that right together so you can get the answer.
Yes.
Okay. Okay, okay.
And if you guys just want to tell me, hey, Mrs. Jones, is number one 8 or is number one whatever, just I don't mind helping you out.
Okay.
Or saying that's correct or that's incorrect. Let's go back and figure it out.
Is it 1?
Uh-huh.
It is?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes. So it's going to seem weird, but